Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Stokes. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about diabetes. I've treated diabetes for over 20 years, hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of diabetic patients over the years. And I have gotten excellent results with three products, three foundational products from Standard Process. Now, you've got to know right away that my approach is different, right? It's not a drug approach. My approach is that we give the body, we give the systems of the body the nutrition they need, and then we allow innate to take its course. We allow the body then to get healthier, and a healthier body then begins to heal and regenerate. And that sounds a little bit woo-woo, I understand, but I got to tell you, it works. And it's worked for thousands and thousands of my patients over the years. These three products are Diaplex, Genema, and SP Complete. SP Complete is a shake. It's basically a meal replacement protein shake. But I want to break down each of these products for you and explain the significance they have in your own journey to overcome diabetes. And this would apply to both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. More on that in just a minute. So the first product is called Diaplex. And Diaplex is unique because it has 7 compounds, 7 standard process products in one product. And that's what makes Diaplex unlike anything on the market. We have Zypan, Arginex, AF beta food, beta-col. We have a pituitrophin and a pancreatrophin, and I believe a chromium complex. 7 different products. I'm going to briefly go through each of these products and tell you what they do for you. First of all, we have Zypan. Zypan is an acid-based digestive enzyme. So important. Most people, even if you're not diabetic, have low stomach acid. You have to have the proper stomach acid to break down the foods you eat to get the nutrition out of the food. If your stomach acid is low, it can cause problems like acid reflux, GERD. We have a problem with getting proper nutrition. And also, there is a negative effect on the pancreatic enzymes. And of course, with diabetes, we have patients that don't have very good pancreatic enzyme activity anyways. So if your stomach acid is low, it just complicates the issue. So Zypan is really going to help with now enabling you to get the nutrition out of the foods that you eat. Second product that I mentioned was Arginex. And Arginex is very interesting. So Arginex is an enzyme called arginase. Arginase is going to attack or treat a product called arginine. And arginine is a waste product found in the kidneys. This stuff builds up in the kidneys. It reduces kidney function. It can cause UTIs, all sorts of nasty problems. Most people with diabetes have high levels of arginine in their systems. And we have to have the kidneys working properly. We have to have those filters of the body efficiently working to detoxify the body. Most diabetics don't have that, so Arginex is an awesome product that's found in the Diaplex supplement. Next, I want to talk about AF beta food. AF beta food is essentially made from beets, and this is where we get our source of trimethylglycine, TMG. Now, I could have a whole video on just TMG by itself because trimethylglycine has been shown in studies to actually regenerate liver cells, which is pretty incredible. But it has this amazing effect on detoxification to do with the liver. And it basically lowers homocysteine. Homocysteine is the waste products that you have in your blood. Diabetics have high homocysteine levels. Homocysteine leads to cancers. It leads to every disease and pathology that you can think of. You really want to get your homocysteine down low. How low? I like to get it below 9, but most diabetics I see, their homocysteine is around 18. Okay, so this is such a great product for lowering homocysteine in the body, AF beta food. Next, we have beta-col. Now, beta-col is another product that targets toxicity in the body, specifically a product called guanidine. Guanidine is the most alkaline product, I believe, that we know of. And in the body, what this toxin does, what this waste product does, is it precipitates calcium. So it can lead to problems with your joints. It can lead to arthritis. It's a really nasty product that builds up in the system, and beta-col will help to remove specifically guanidine out of the body. Again, Very high levels of this found in most diabetics. And you see what we're doing, right? We're not necessarily addressing directly the diabetic symptoms. We're instead saying, okay, people with diabetes have weakness, have lower than optimal function in these different areas like the liver and the kidneys. We're addressing those areas. We're building this healthy foundation to counter the effects of the diabetes in that way. It's a different approach. It's the kind of approach that I do. Now, there's a couple of these protomorphogens in the product as well. Now, protomorphogen is essentially a decoy that helps specific organs of the body heal. And I've done videos on this. Again, I'll do a deep dive on it later. But for now, what you need to know is that they are specific compounds that address specific organs. In Diaplex, we have two. We have pituitrophin, which is going to address the pituitary. We have pancreatrophin, which of course addresses the pancreas. And if you're having sort of these autoimmune reactions to those organs, these two products, these PMGs, they're going to help greatly because they actually divert the immune system away from attacking those specific organs to instead attacking these proteins. It is a fascinating mechanism that we can talk about at a later video. I have made previous videos on it, but for now you just need to know that Diaplex has those two protomorphogens included in the formulation. And finally, we have chromium complex. Chromium complex is going to have all of your basic B vitamins available that we know is a problem with diabetics. So you're going to get those B vitamins in usable whole food concentrated formats. And you're also going to get chromium. You're going to get amino acids. Why have chromium? Chromium actually works on the receptors and gets the receptors, the insulin receptors, to be more sensitive. So even if you're not working at optimal function, the chromium is going to take those insulin receptors and essentially sand them off or polish them. They're going to be more efficient, and that's going to help improve the way you handle sugar. That is the first of 3 products I recommend. Diaplex, if you can only afford one product, if you're only going to do one product, please take Diaplex. And I like to take anywhere from 3 to 9 of these a day. That's what I suggest to my patients. So obviously you would start off with 3. You take that just after your meals, maybe take 1 after each meal, and then build that up to 2 to a maximum of 3 after each meal per day. That is the dose. Next product we want to talk about is called Gymnema. Gymnema's been around for a very long time. It's an herb out of India. In India, I believe it's called Gurmar, which means sugar destroyer. There's a bit of a parlor trick associated with Gymnema. If you take it and put it on your tongue tingles and it gets numb. And then if you eat something really sweet, it doesn't have any taste. And so it's been used in the past to limit caloric intake because people will take Gymnema in their mouth before they eat, and then they don't really want to eat the sweets. But the true benefit of Gymnema is nothing to do with that, right? The true benefit is the effect it has on the beta cells of your body. And so we know in type 1 diabetes, for example, those beta cells are not working, those pancreatic beta cells. If you have at least some function left, I mean, if your beta cells are working at 10% or 5%, then the studies have shown that Gymnema has a regenerative, restorative effect on those beta cells. It may not restore them to complete use, but it will improve their function. And if you can take your beta cells, if you're a type 1 diabetic, and get them from 5% efficiency to 20% efficiency, your entire world is going to change. That's the benefit of Gymnema. And of course, if you're a type 2 diabetic, you're having a problem with this anyways, so the Gymnema is still going to create a situation to maintain the health of the beta cells in your body. Very, very important. Finally, we know that if you're diabetic, there's a bunch of stuff you should be doing, right? All the things that make you healthy: hydration, exercising, movement, right? Positive attitude. All that stuff is important. Anything that improves your health also counteracts the effects of diabetes. We know that diet is a major problem. If you have diabetes and you have trouble sugar handling, you can't be eating a lot of carbs and a lot of sugar, right? You know that, but a lot of people do it anyways. If you're one of those people and you're just struggling with diet, you're overweight, you have diabetes, you feel lost, This next product is for you. It's called SP Complete. It's a powder. You make shakes out of it. You can have 1 to 2 of these shakes a day. And it can be used as a meal replacement, weight loss program. It supports cardiovascular, digestive, and nervous system functions. And it provides essential vitamins and minerals. It has over 21 whole foods and botanicals. And like I said, if you're confused about food, if you're confused about what to eat, just get this. Substitute 1 to 2 meals a day with this product, and you will be perfect. It's going to give you everything you need. So just to recap, I want to remind you that I recommend Diaplex, 3 to 9 of these per day, Genema, 2 tablets per day, and then with the SP Complete, 1 to 2 shakes a day as a meal replacement. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. Reach out in the comments. Reach out through my website where you can download free copies of my books. And if you'd like, I do free consultations. Happy to speak with you on my cell phone. Maybe I can help. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again in a few days. Bye-bye.